Hey there, I'm E.H. Howard, and welcome to Finding Your Betty. And today we're going to find more about your Betty. The idea behind these is to help small business, home businesses, and solopreneurs really find out who their ideal consumer is and how to talk to them much more effectively. And it's not going to change how you operate your business or how you run it from a day to day, much like everything else, but we are going to learn how to talk specifically to the right people about the things that you really need. All right, let's get to it. So today we're going to talk about you can count on Betty. And if Betty is that consumer, she's your ideal consumer, all right? The perfect consumer. And for me, Betty was one of those people that I knew I could count on, thick and thin, good times and bad, and that she always had my back and vice versa. And let's talk about that and figure out who your Betty might be and how we can maybe start talking to them a little bit more. All right? We're talking about counting on Betty. And you can count on Betty. She's going to have your back. And as I said, Betty is your ideal consumer. And if you know the selling experience philosophies that I talk about, you have a super fan. You have a base of clients and consumers that really love you. They like you, they trust you, and they want to buy. Within that, like everything else in this world, there are shades of gray in there, and your super fan has a super fan, and that is Betty. And Betty are those consumers that you see all the time. If you don't see from them like once a week, they'll call on you, you're staying in touch with them. They are your dream client, okay? They are the person that makes life. You see the phone ring and you answer it, right? You see an email pop up from Betty and you respond to it because you know what's going to happen. You know Betty is not going to be a problem. And if Betty has a problem, you are going to move heaven and earth to solve it because you love Betty that much. All right? If you've survived this pandemic, if you've survived the 2020, it is because your super fans, specifically your Bettys. Your Bettys went out of their way to be there for you, to have your back. So working with Betty is much like anything in life. It's building and maintaining relationships. And even the best relationships need work, they need growth. You need to keep it interesting and exciting. And so you're always going to want to be keeping Betty on her toes. You want to keep introducing her to new things and getting them to look at new products that you have and new offerings, try new things. And the best part of it is Betty will be the person that will try it. Oh, yeah, hey, let me give that a shot, see if I like it. The other thing about Betty is Betty will also be the first person to tell you when you've screwed up. But they will do it in a way that comes from a place of good. They want you to be successful. So they're not going to be like, you screwed up over there. Like, it's really bad. They've got your back. Now, what you want to do is return that love a little bit, and you want to focus on them. You want to give them some love and attention. And let's figure out how to do that in our brainstorming activity. Okay, let's focus on today's brainstorming activity. So, I want you to set a timer, and as you know, setting a timer helps us focus. It allows us to just sort of get the best ideas out, or get any ideas out, I should say, all the ideas out as quickly as possible, to not hold back, not to sort of censor or overthink things, okay? And I want you to sit down and I want you to think you've got at least one Betty in your business. And the idea is we want to get more Bettys and more super fans. So how do we do that? Let's look at what makes Betty great. And I want you to sit down and I want you to look at Betty, pick one, or pick the one or a one that's in your business. And without naming names, I want you to, in 5 minutes, so set a 5-minute timer, I want you to list everything that Betty does that you think is awesome, okay? And by that I mean Betty will come in and she won't buy just one of something, she'll buy 2 of something. Betty will call me up all the time. Betty will and purchase from me specifically new products. She sees I got a new product, she'll buy it and try it. Betty will send people to me that referrals to me that are perfect and ideal, and like it's just a dream. And she's really helped me grow my business. So list out within the 5 minutes all of the behaviors that you like that Betty engages in with you. And then after that time is over, I want you to go back and I would say maybe put it away. I kind of like to put things away and then come back to them a little later. You can look at them right afterwards, but go back and look through them and see what are the top 3 behaviors that Betty engages in that you really want to foster in the superfans and the casual consumers. Okay. Betty refers tons of people to me, maybe your number one thing that you like. Okay, well, now we can start setting out a goal and an action plan and brainstorming on ways to get the super fans and the casual consumers to send you the same people that Betty sends you. Okay, so there's from what we've learned there, we can dissect and create a process to hopefully create the magic again, to help us find more people just like Betty. All right, so to download the associated worksheet and to learn more about what Betty can do and how you can help you, go to fyb.ehhoward.com. There you can learn more about Sell the Experience, find your Betty, learn a little bit more about me, and do some more brainstorming activities. Also, while you're there, download the Betty Persona worksheet. Kind of helps you figure out who Betty is, what are the things that she does, they do, that you like, that you want to foster, how to keep an eye out for more future Bettys. If you're watching this on Facebook, wouldn't mind a like. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe below. We're doing all kinds of new content over the next couple of weeks, and it'll be great to have you on board for that. While you're at the E.H. Howard website, which is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, even on Sunday. 7 days a week wouldn't be Monday through Friday, it would be Monday through Sunday. While you're there, join our mailing list because we're doing some great things coming up. We're doing some collaborations. We're trying to start a podcast with another small business. We're doing some YouTube and Facebook exclusive stuff, hosting workshops and other events coming up. So I'd like you to be first in line for that, let you know what's going on. As always, follow me on social media. I'm E.H. Howard literally everywhere. And I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.